What's up, guys, and welcome back to Wake Up Entertainment. So the story today that has been posted by Yusuf Abramji is that there are 3 illegal Zimbabwean nationals that were sentenced to life imprisonment for murder. The Pretoria High Court sentenced 3 illegal Zimbabwean nationals, Edson Gamiko, Amos Masia, and Edron Chisinako. They were sentenced to 2 life terms each for 2 counts of murder. They were also sentenced to 10 years of direct imprisonment, each for attempted murder, and 12 months imprisonment for being illegal in the country, that is South Africa. The charges arose from a tragic incident that occurred on 17 February 2023. The charges for these 3 Zimbabweans arose after a tragic incident that occurred on 17 February 2023. When these 3 men were approached by 3 young girls aged 15, 16, and 23 at a tavern in South Africa. The girls requested money from the trio to purchase alcohol, and the men initially provided them with 40 rand. So this is where the story started at. These 3 girls requested money from these 3 guys to buy alcohol, and they were given 40 rands. Then the girls went on to ask for an additional 20 rand to pay for a male companion who was going to accompany them home. That is, the accused complied, bringing the total amount to 60 rand. Later that night, as the girls were leaving the tavern, the accused accompanied them. So they were now being accompanied by another guy, these 3 girls. They then reached a Mamelo Street. Then this guy who was accompanying them, Chisinako, then demanded sexual favors from the 15-year-old girl. The girl then refused, and the 16-year-old retaliated. From nowhere, Chisinako then shot the 16-year-old in the neck, resulting in her immediate collapse. Chisinako then went on to shoot the 2 other girls multiple times, leading to their deaths at the scene. So during this shooting chaos, Ngamiko accidentally shot himself. Then he realized that the 16-year-old that he shot on the neck was still alive. He then attempted to finish the job, but unfortunately for him, the firearm had run out of bullets. Thereafter, the 16-year-old girl, fortunately, he fled the scene. The surviving victim, that is the girl, crawled all the way home and reported the incident. The police then discovered the 2 bodies of these deceased girls after patrolling the area that same night. The police investigations then led to Ngamiko's arrest 3 days later, that is on 20 February 2023, while he was receiving treatment for his gunshot wound, that is the guy now. Masia was arrested on 9 October 2023 on unrelated charges, but was then later on linked to the murder. After he identified Chisinako, who was apprehended the next day on 10 October. During the trial, all the 3 accused pleaded not guilty, with Ngamiko and Masia acknowledging the incident but claiming that Chisinako was the one who committed the offense. Chisinako denied being present on the day of the incident. However, prosecutor advocate David successfully presented compelling evidence, including witness testimonies, that established the trio's common purpose in committing the crimes. During sentencing, the defense sought leniency, appealing to the court to consider their family responsibilities in Zimbabwe. So these 3 guys were now appealing to the court for leniency in sentencing for their murder. They were saying we have family responsibilities in Zimbabwe, therefore you should be lenient on us when you are sentencing us. However, advocate David argued firmly for life sentences, reflecting the serious nature of the offenses and the lasting impact on the victims' families. He emphasized the defendants' lack of remorse and their previous convictions for violent crimes, including robbery and housebreaking. So these 3 guys were also involved in robbery and housebreaking, aside from these murder cases. Advocate David went on to highlight the significant emotional trauma inflicted supported by victim impact statement facilitated by the court preparation officer, Lebese, which reviewed the lasting psychological effects on the surviving victim, where the victim indicated that she still has flashbacks of the day of the incident and still experiences pain where she was shot. So the girl who survived was saying, I still experience flashbacks of the incidents of that day and still experience pain to this day where I was shot. The acting judge, now upon reviewing the evidence and arguments on both sides, agreed with the state's position, noting the lack of remorse and the brutal nature of the act. He noted that the three men, while seeking a better life in South Africa, instead chose a path of violence and disrespect for the law here in South Africa. Moreover, it was the responsibility of the court to protect society from such acts of violence, emphasizing that illegal immigrants must respect the laws of South Africa. Therefore, he found no substantial and compelling circumstances justifying a deviation from the prescribed minimum sentences. The National Prosecuting Authority then welcomed the sentencing of the three men, considering it a crucial step towards justice. So this is what happened. These three men were then sentenced to life imprisonment for shooting those two girls. What made their situation even worse was that these guys were involved in robbery, in housebreaking, whilst in South Africa. Then in court, they are now saying you must be lenient on us because we have families back home. The lawyer is the one who made the sentence of saying, you must be lenient on these guys because you must consider their family responsibilities back in Zimbabwe. That was the lawyer who was speaking in defense of these three guys. And on social media, people are not very, very happy with this. Also, another case is that one of the girls was actually an underage, and that guy was requesting favors from an underage girl. Some are even going as far as calling for a death sentence for these three guys, but unfortunately there's no death sentence. They can just serve life imprisonment. The death sentence was removed a long time ago. So the sentencing for these three men finally occurred this year. That is in September 2024. These three men are going to be spending the rest of their life in South African prison, and they will not be sent back to Zimbabwe to serve their sentences there. They are going to be in prison for the rest of their lives. And it's just said what these guys did. You go on to kill someone for just 60 rand. Yeah, just that 60 rand. It's just how brutal these guys truly are. No care at all for human life. And also those three girls, 15 and 16, also at the tavern. It's quite tricky. They're like, what were they doing in the tavern? But that's another story anyway. Tell me what you think in the comment section about the life imprisonment of these three guys who were sentenced to life in prison. Tell me what you think in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys on the next.